Hey everybody, hope you guys are healthy and safe. So today we're taking a look at the Chuwi Corebook Pro. So this is a budget laptop from Shenzhen based Chuwi, and this thing sells for $399. Well, actually the official price is $499 US, but if you sign up for Chuwi's mailing list, you get $100 off immediately. So it's $399 US for this laptop. That, to be honest, it's pretty nice for this price. Okay, so let's start by looking at hardware. So we have a 13-inch LCD display with a resolution of 2160 by 1440. This is a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is actually quite good for office work. I actually prefer a 3:2 aspect ratio over the widescreen aspect ratio that we've seen in, say, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 or some of the older Dell model. Now this screen, as you can see, is pretty good for this $400 price point. I mean, we're just looking at the screen by itself, I don't think you can have many complaints, but of course if you compare it to much more expensive screens, then you're going to notice that the contrast is not as high and colors aren't as bold and punchy. But overall viewing angles on the screen is quite good, and it gets pretty bright even in outdoor use. Now the processor inside is an Intel Skylake Core i3. So this is an older, more obscure Intel chip. I believe it was released in 2016. It only has 2 cores and 4 threads, so it's by no means a powerhouse, but if you're running basic office productivity apps on this, like Microsoft Word, just sending emails, this will more than get the job done. But I do admit, opening applications on this thing, there's like a slight lag, especially for someone like me who's used to using flagship laptops. But again, you factor in the $400 price point, I don't think you can really complain. So there's 8 gigs of RAM in here with 256 gigs of internal storage. There's a Kingston hard drive, so it's not the fastest storage around. So don't expect super fast read or write speeds. In terms of reading, you can expect 440 megabytes per second and writing 453 megabytes per second. So you know, nothing amazing, but it's not frustratingly slow. Now unfortunately, you can't upgrade the RAM because they're soldered to the motherboard, but you can upgrade storage because there's a slot for a micro SD card right here. And yeah, there's a headphone jack right there too. So while we're here, let's look at ports. So you have a USB-A right here, and then around the back, you have a USB-C. Unfortunately, this USB-C is not for charging the laptop, it's only for data transfer. To charge the laptop, you have to plug in a proprietary charger, which is really damn frustrating. It's 2020, I want to be able to charge all my gadgets with USB-C. Instead, no, I have to carry this freaking brick around if I want to use this laptop out and about. There's a 46 watt hour battery inside, so it's not the largest battery, but I've been getting pretty good battery life on this. Not quite a full workday, 6 hours I would say, before you need a top up. That's not bad at all. Now the graphics card in here is an Intel Iris 550, so once again, you know, not a great graphics card, but surprisingly I was able to play the relatively graphically intensive Asphalt 9, and you'll see that it's actually running relatively smoothly at around 30 frames per second. Now, when the action heated up, there was some stutters and lags, like the game actually freeze for like a split second, as you can see here, but overall, not too bad, like definitely playable. Overall, the construction of this laptop is really nice. The body's crafted out of aluminum, the hinge is sturdy, and actually the hinge opens all the way up 180 degrees. I've never seen a laptop that opens all the way up like this, you know, without being able to flip over. But yeah, the hinge is pretty sturdy, and when folded, the laptop, it's not thin, but it's not that thick, but it is slightly heavy at 1.36 kg, which is exactly 3 pounds for Americans. Now onto my favorite part of this laptop, and it is this keyboard. This is one of the best keyboards I've used in recent months. You know, mainly because I've been using a lot of tablets and also the MacBook Pro. Even though the keyboards have been fixed, it's still not that good. This is definitely a much better keyboard. They're evenly spaced, and there's a lot of travel. And as you can see, it's a backlit keyboard too. And you have your F keys up top with all the shortcut controls, such as controlling screen brightness and controlling volume and controlling media playback too. But yeah, this is an excellent keyboard to type on. Not a lot of flex, to be honest. I can type really fast on this. Everything is evenly spaced. It's just a really comfortable keyboard all around. The only thing missing, really, it's a numpad. And it's a nice touch that the power button is wrapped in red, so it gives you more of a visual alert so you don't accidentally press that key. The trackpad is also pretty good. I wouldn't say great because I do get some accidental clicks, but for the most part, it is still a much better trackpad than what I've gotten from the Huawei MateBook X Pro. That trackpad has given me a lot of problems, and multi-finger gestures work here, like 3 fingers swipe left and right, and pinch to remove all your apps. Alright, now let's check out the speakers. So right now we're at 38%. Place at the bottom though, so the sound output is weird because it's pushing basically down onto a table. Now the webcam unfortunately is terrible, and you can see that the screen, it's also a laminated display, so it's really reflective, like light reflects off it really badly, so glare will be an issue if you're using this by a window on a really sunny day. And also just look at this webcam. I mean, look at how dark I come off right now. So ultimately, whether or not the Chuwi Corebook Pro is for you depends on your budget. If you're someone, you know, on a tight budget and you can't spend more than $400, then it's hard to beat this laptop right now. You have a above average screen, an excellent keyboard, and enough processing power for, you know, if you're a student or you're just an office worker who needs to do some word processing, sending emails, writing term papers. This is more than powerful enough for that. Now, of course, if you need to do more, if you want to play heavy games, edit videos, this cannot handle that. But what $400 machine can handle that? At this price point, you're really looking at like a Chromebook. And generally, Chromebooks do not have good screen or battery life. I think the Chuwi Corebook Pro has most Chromebooks beat on both of those fronts. But if you can pay a little bit more, if you can pay up to $700, then there are better options out there from Asus or Samsung. You know, a couple of other brands like Fujitsu, they will give you a little bit more performance relative to just a slight uptick in what you're paying. But like I said, not everybody can afford to go up to $700. So if your budget's only $400, this is worth looking into. This is the Chuwi Corebook Pro. Anyway, so that's it for this review. I have more content coming up. If you're interested in staying up to date, please subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram. As usual, thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and please wear a mask when you step out. Thanks.